Crazy Oval Office meeting, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes. Apparently, Vance is going to be happily greeted wherever he goes.
They all deserve it.
They do.
And then we've seen all the town halls. Everyone's getting ripped on.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans, that's a good thing. People are standing up. How, how do you how do they know about these town halls like the one you were talking about to me in Texas?
Oh,
Like
if there's,
here, I never hear about if there is.
well, maybe your people don't have them or you're not hooked. But if here, if there's a town hall, you usually find out about it through the local party, or if you're tied into the congressperson's website, you'll hear about it. It used to be that they were published in the newspapers, but forget that. Even the Dallas Morning Snooze doesn't do that anymore. Um, and and but what I even more than the town halls, I want to know, how did the people in South Lake know that an executive from Tesla was going to be in South Lake this week? South Lake is a town where Glenn, whatever his face was, that got sued out of existence. That's where he put his studio because it seemed like such an incredibly white conclave. It's north of Dallas. So I'm apologizing to people in South Lake. I really know some lovely people who live out there, but it was built and developed by a bunch of racists. Anyway, um, their little town square. Some guy was there from Tesla speaking at something, and they managed to get a crowd of people out that was a line. It had to be 50 to 60 people long, all holding signs, protesting, hand done signs, protesting Trump and Musk and Tesla, and telling them to get the F out. And I mean, these are little old ladies whose my hair would be as white as theirs, holding these signs. And my daughter and I spent 10 minutes last night trying to cheer a friend of mine up who gets all upset. And he said, "You don't follow this stuff anymore, and I don't know who I can trust." So we dug up a bunch of things and sent them to him. They're out there. She gets a lot of her stuff off of TikTok, and they're people she's followed for a while and she trusts. But you know, they're there, and the word's getting out whether they like it or not. Now there is a group called 5051.com, and they have 50 states, protesting with one voice. And if you go to their website, you can find out about things that are going on. But town halls, traditionally, the party promoted them because this was your chance to see, your state rep. I remember when Pete Sessions was after Obama was elected, going to, that's the scariest town hall I've ever been to. Um, it was in a lovely library building out in Richardson that's just in the middle of squeaky clean suburbia. But in the parking lot when we got there, Hell's Angels were driving around the parking lot in formation, and I'm like, this is wrong. I've never seen that. We went in, and this was the height of the Tea Party crazies who became MAGA, and they were carrying skeletons suspended on like scaffolds, with like they were hung, and said, "This is what ACA will do to our healthcare system," and stuff. And I mean, I've sat in contentious town hall meetings where people didn't like what was going on, and I've seen both sides. But this place was absolutely fueled by anger, and it was scary. I mean, it was enough to make me send my kids. That's true. I heard they're canceling them all over the place, but that's when y'all need to get together and just bomb their places with phone calls and letters, because they can run and they can't hide. And JD Vance doesn't do town halls, but he does take vacations.
Yeah, greatest greatest grift there is to be in government. They I read something, what they worked last year 130 days.
Yeah.
something like that. The Senate worked a few more days, like 168.
Mm-hmm.
Get nothing done.
Sweet darling Lulu asked how immigration raids are going.
Uh-huh.
My friend who calls me because he never gets good news, he called me to tell me that he has friends that live 3 doors down from him, and their kids, their kids, their kids are like my kids. They're like your kids. They're like grown-up people, but they call them kids. They moved from California, sold their home in California, moved here because of a job, and they couldn't find housing they liked, so they set it up to build a new house in a place called Frisco, and which is just north of me. And their house was, they were due to start the breaking the ground Monday. The builder had to call all the people he had scheduled that he was working houses he was working Monday. None of his workers showed up. And he said, and they had looked into this guy's history, and he apparently is pretty good about trying to keep it as legal as he can and have workers. He said, no one's showing up because they're arresting them whether they're here legally or not. So,
It's
so
odd because the supposed numbers are down from like the Biden administration ICE did.
well, the other thing was I went in.
More of a scare tactic, it seems.
Well, I went into a restaurant I really like, and I went in. I had 3 choices to stop at after I got my hair cut Thursday, and I chose this one because they have a waitress in there who's just phenomenal. And I thought, most people don't realize how really, really good this woman is. So I went in to find the manager to tell them, get my breakfast, and then say, this person's really good. And she was there, and a guy who looked like he was her husband was there, and they were the only two in the front. There's no waitresses or anything. And so I went up to tell her, and then I saw she had the manager button on. And I said, well, I guess I'm telling you about you. And I just told her that I had choices of other places to eat, and I went in there. And she said, thank you. And she had tears in her eyes. And she said, my husband's here helping me today. She said, my entire family is running the kitchen. No one showed up to work.
Wow.
So, and apparently the nobody buying on Friday here was very successful. We had pictures coming out live where people were walking around with their cameras in the Walmart showing a completely empty Walmart. And you could drive by their parking lots, so there's nobody there. And I mean, I feel for people who have to work and make a living, but I don't scream if you go into a small store. But people really respected the don't spend money on Friday.
Good. I don't know if it's true, but I would assume it's close. I was reading in Florida, there's construction has shelved down.
Yeah, it's done.
There's millions of homes for sale and about 1 million homes not even occupied.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know around here, builders have built expensive homes or expensive places to lease.
Mm-hmm.
They're not selling.
Who's going to buy them?
Instead of building affordable housing,
Mm-hmm.
put up these $900,000 homes in this new subdivision area and other places. These big apartments that are to lease, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They're not selling. There could be a huge housing market coming problem.
Well, I was talking to someone who lives in a rural area that's heavily forested and a lot of land stuff goes on there. And she was saying they've locked the Bureau of Land Management office up, so no one's there. They're cutting back on forestry people. And she said, if you take it apart, that they're driving all the people out of the market that could buy a house. Who's going to buy them? They don't have jobs. She said she just in the agencies that they're saying they're going to close around her, it's going to knock out about 50% of the employment there. But all that employment supports people And it's a state that gives more money to DC than it takes. So, excuse my cough.
And then what, construction is going to end because the Trump administration is ending, programs and federal funding.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be in big trouble with unemployment's up. It's craziness. We're going to have a recession.
And one of my kids keeps track of the DEI companies that proudly announced they're not doing DEI. And they were telling me that Harley Davidson apparently made a big deal about it right as soon as it was announced. Their sales have dropped 60% since they did that. So.
Yes, that Tesla's crashing. Lost, like, I can't remember the number, like 20% or something, or 12% on the market selling Tesla.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, Texas is a tough state to get people out and excited about things, but every time they've called a mass meeting outside of Cornyn's office here in Dallas, which is just south of where I am, there's like this little green patch. It's an office tower, and there's a green patch that goes down into a creek bed. And he used to always worry us to demonstrate there because at one point we had to call the cops on a guy we saw with a rifle in the creek bed. But they're telling me that all they have to do is snap their fingers, and all the groups that are together and talking to each other are showing up and giving them no ground. So.
Thank you, Zane. Yeah.
Yep.
Interest rates are going to have to go up. Good job, Project 2025. What was it? Norway refused to refuel a United States ship or sub or something. I was reading.
Maybe. And
isolated. Now that we're being isolated, world stage, you see any wars on U.S. soil?
No. Actually, I sent Scott a reading I did last night because I always try to do one the night before just to know how much fun Sunday morning's going to be. And it actually was a very good reading. It was the Chariot. It implied we're moving on to better things. And I said, how is it going to go for us? I didn't say.
I think that's the point.
Well,
suffering is the point.
That is. And how dare those uppity women go get college degrees when they were finally offered real scholarships? I mean, think about it.
Yeah, I've seen mega women in my Facebook comments and whatnot. They don't think it has anything to do with women. They just think it's colored people.
Well,
DEI.
They don't think it's white people, but if you're over here from Ireland illegally and you're in Boston, you count. Yeah, my reading was the Chariot in the past, the Three of Cups right now, that people are beginning to move and speak to each other. And then it's the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords means something's moving on. We will have food shortages. There are ranches in California that are just plowing over the crops because they know there's going to be no one to pick them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, let's do that one.
He's getting rid of got rid of the heads of everything. Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines.
Isn't that the ruling that the Supreme Court's supposed to do tomorrow?
I didn't see if they were ruling on.
No, they said they're going to look at the thing. They actually had them looking at the paperwork Friday. So I guess I'm going to have to turn my news alerts back on.
Well, every executive order that's been went to court has been turned away
Mm-hmm.
some form or another. Most of it completely. Any kind of martial law. Any kind
This has never been flipped. Okay.
of. There feels like a try, but it feels like it's turned away. Whatever this administration is thinking about doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of protection, divine feminine, quality thinking kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the past I get decisions and then Empress and then my angelic card of protection. And then I get the Wheel of Fortune, the Happy Home, and then the Knight of Coins. Honor, protection, celebrations, And in the end, I get the Queen of Swords, the Tower, and the Magician. So to me, it feels like it's not going to be a failure. There could be something, with this Tower, but it's in the middle. So it's like Magician, the Master of All, the Queen of Swords, like the rule of law kind of thing. It feels to me it's going to be shut down. Anything that
if
would
he tries to do anything like that, yeah.
But it's kind of in the back of their mind, it feels like, that's for sure.
I got the World Upside Down. This is a weird deck. This is the Guardian of the Night. This is kind of a dark deck. The World Upside Down, but then the Page of Swords is out. Someone's out trying to spread the message and the truth. And then the Queen of Swords rolls in. And she's carrying her sword and she's ready to take on battle. And then there's strength that comes up for the people. And then the fact that he can't, that his trying to stop it doesn't work, will start planting real seeds for change.
Jeff got a Tower too, but it's in his backpacker. No, he don't think they will either.
No.
Okay. Well, Suzanne said she went for a walk yesterday. Increase in garden boxes.
Yep, people have grown their own food.
It's the best way if you got the room.
I have to plant it in my Weasley lit indoor garden, but
you took. Oh, yeah, I seen something about that. They want to make voting more difficult if you don't have a picture ID.
Well, it's not just picture ID. If your name is not the name on your birth certificate,
correct.
Okay, and the problem is
it's kind of related.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and my daughter may be the only woman I know who can vote. I've got the things to prove that Nancy Ruddle became Nancy Lloyd, but my daughter changed her name at 18, so she'd have the same last name as I did, and because of that, she has a long form birth certificate that's on file with the state, and she has a copy of it, and she so she can carry it in. Should have to do that. Otherwise, you're going to have to, unless a bunch of lawyers get together or people get together and figure out how to walk you through it. It's really good. It's going to be insanity. Texas tried to do it at one point, and it didn't even get upheld in our state Supreme Court. So, and that would be, remember, there is a part of the Constitution that says the state is in charge of its elections. That's why it's so hard to try to think someone overwhelmingly covering the whole country with one law. So they could say that, but I don't think they could make states do it. And what are they going to say? We're going to pull the money we help to support your elections. They don't give you any money to support the elections. So.
Oh, good. Governor, I'm not sure which state that is, Carrie. Who's Ferguson? But power to him in that state.
Right? Yeah. Did you see Senator Do Nothing Collins from Maine said, "Oh, I really hope they can get Zelensky to come back in and have a more civil conversation." That woman so needs to be put anywhere but where she is.
Yes. Need a good younger state senator or something to run for that seat.
Yeah, I like their governor, but she's too old. They need to let some young people.
She'll be like 77, 78 after trying to go for that. Oh, Washington. Excellent, Carrie. Okay.
We like Washington. I have a good friend who lives up there. I mean, like a friend.
Here time is Germany, and its neighbors going to be safe.
I'm going to ask my bunnies. I've had it with the hardcore cards. They're too scary. Back to bunnies. Oh, did you hear about the YouTube going after readers who let body part bits show? If you look at the Rider-Waite deck, there's a whole lot of body parts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're apparently painting over them, like blacking it out. That doesn't make it more obvious.
Really? You want to paint your Rider-Waite, huh?
I don't. But apparently that's what readers are saying. They got notices that they had shows pulled or.
Really?
Yeah. I have a deck. I have a Hieronymus Bosch deck I can put up there. That one they can put little black marks all over.
Okay. Europe. I'm assuming this is because of standing up to Russia.
Right.
Most likely here.
Not looking good for them. But somebody's going to make a move on them and it's not going to be successful.
Standing up to Russia.
And they need to stand up for themselves. That's, and they've got the power to do it.
Wow. Some wicked cards in the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the past, I got the Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Two of Wands. The Hangman's telling me they need to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Or to be more deliberate. Queen of Pentacles feels like being more of a business, more united with the Two of Wands, is reaching out. In the current, I have King of Wands, the Moon, and Seven of Cups. Delays, trying to be united with that King of Wands. Like the head of NATO, kind of getting people together. Trying not to be deceived. The Seven of Cups is, that illusions, but it's I think it's more like looking outward rather than a delusion. So I think they're getting their act together.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, working together, trying to get beyond frustrations with the Seven of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Wands. And so yes, they're going to be very united. The Star is great news. In the end, this is where it gets like, wow, I seen the Death card, the Tower, Page of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. It gives me the feeling there might be a stand up or a stand
off.
Like they could be getting into the serious situation as far as military wise. So death card is a new beginning. Also, ending of a situation. The tower is always like catastrophic. You know, there's big feelings going on, worries. Page one is new talks, and then frustrations. It almost feels like they might have to come in to help. I don't feel like, you know, not being safe. I feel like they're going to be standing up for Ukraine more so, getting on the borders kind of feeling.
Yeah, I got. I'm just going to show you the last two cards: the the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. They're going to make a move because they're going to feel imprisoned and trapped. And they start off trying to get along and find a balance for this, but they're going to defend themselves if they have to.
I seen like England and France are stepping up. I mean, they're talking about putting what I read, troops and air superiority on the borders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not putting their troops in harm's way, but securing the airspace, securing the so nothing will attack. Oops. But Germany was a country avoiding this war. In a sense, they're sending a lot of help. But I was thinking, like I said, I only read with about UK and France, but I don't think it's avoidable anymore. Andrew Cuomo's said he's going to run for the New York mayor.
Well, I'd say he couldn't be worse than what they've got now.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to go away. Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah, and he'll win.
What's that?
Hochul was going to try to stop him. The governor's going to try to stop him, but then the rest of his cards are good. He's got the foundation and the people around him who want to do it. He's going to be able to get people to really trust him again. He's going to ride in and try to be victorious and tell the truth, but his out card is the Knight of Wands. He'll win if he doesn't.
I have no no positivity. I kept throwing 3 cards because I wasn't getting any huge response. I got him running, you know, maybe worth the reason, the Chariot, but then I have him losing. Next 3 cards. King of Cups, he was a compassionate voice, but then I have a death card in strength. It's like he's there, and then a loss. The third one. Page of Coins, taking a new offer for Knight of Swords, and then I get a Tower. Drastic change. I was like, in all 3 sets of these that I threw out, there's always an obstacle in the middle.
It's not going to be easy for him because they split the Democratic Party so badly, but
yeah, that would be nice. Maybe Maya would be able to run again. I mean, I don't sense he's the right choice or the popular choice.
okay.
It depends who else steps up, I guess. But right now, it's kind of like there's a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, Maya would like to, but it's money. It's getting the right power structure behind her. And she's got 2 7s. She's in a different place. Did they kick her off MSNBC too?
Maya, I haven't seen her on in a long time. Will Trump attack Canada?
I hope not. My cousin lives really close to the border.
Highly doubtful. It isn't anything to do with wars. It's just a strong arm junk.
I kind of look at it this way. Everything he does is if he can do it in one day and get you all upset with an announcement, that's his idea of accomplishing something.
No. I get a no. There's lack of energy to do it. It's just Page of Swords nonsense. Ace of Coins, a strong arm for money. There's a lot of burden things here. A lot of fives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe it. It's only been a month. Give folks time to reassess safety. Yeah, quickly. They won't take long to regroup. U.S. lost all trust. True, too. Poor Joe worked so hard to get it back, and within a month, it's all failing again. Carol. Attacks everything, yes, with his mouth. Real question is, did the military follow? Okay. It's kind of a good question. Because he's trying to strong arm the military. Would the military follow any corrupt order from Pete Hegseth and 45?
So that's why he's creating the Eric Prince Army. Because
that's got to pass money in the House. Of course, he's going to do whatever he wants, right? $12 billion for that crap. The proposal to get rid of all the immigrants.
I think it's just an elaborate reason to get rid of Melania. Really.
Need to deport Melania a $1 billion way, huh?
Mm-hmm. And hurt as many people as badly as he thinks he's been hurt. Because guess what? I don't think she loves him.
Oh, I think we knew that, didn't we?
What?
Yeah, she doesn't love him. Oh, I read this morning the fool wants to build a big grand ballroom at the White House and then pave over the Rose Garden.
They really hate the Rose Garden. I mean, they have a fixation on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Will the military follow? Okay. In the past, I got Page of Coins, Knight of Coins, and Five of Swords. So in the past, it was the honor thing to do whenever the military calls.
Mm-hmm.
Go into battle when honor was there.
Mm-hmm.
In the current Knight of Cups, the military has that knight. There's nine of Wands and Seven of Wands. There's anxiousness. There's worry. There's a bit of a betrayal feeling within the military as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I could kind of see that with all the firings. The Hermit standing back, Two of Coins, and then the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups says there's a bigger honor and love within what they do rather than taking 45s and that leaderships. The outcome, the Moon. The Moon, Three of Wands, Nine of Coins, and Justice. That tells me no. Behind the scenes with the Moon, there's more honor and more balance than a crazy man on top.
That's right.
So I don't think so.
I see that they look at the U.S. as its entirety as their home, and they feel like they may not have all the strength they need to do it, but they're going to get it. They're going to get the Ace of Pentacles is going to help them stand up. It's the darkest before the dawn, so when we get to that point, that's going to be the darkest point, and then the Knight of Swords is going to roar through and make changes. I keep seeing that Knight of Swords roaring through.
Yeah, that's my military card. I'm sure it's most people's. Oops. Will Muskrat go after Medicare?
He's already going after it.
They're talking about it.
They're doing it by stopping the grants that go to these large hospitals and to large health concerns. The person who had the rural health concern, they have a lot of indigenous money, that a lot of money that goes into their hospital system from the feds for indigenous care, and they've already cut them off.
Rural hospitals are having funding issues now. Might have to close.
Well, they've been closing rural hospitals in Texas for the last 5 years.
Right. I mean,
where the little girl died of measles was a rural county.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I've seen it peaked in other areas here and there.
Mm-hmm.
With Texas-based landing rovers, replace SpaceX.
It landed today. I saw an article about it.
What, that landing rover thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Canada said yesterday no longer sending gas from out of the U.S. Ooh, hike.
That hurts you.
Yes, it hurts the North. A lot of our fuel comes from Canada. The Midwest and northern states get a lot of that Canada fuel. Wow. I didn't hear that. I didn't think they would go that route of quit sending gas. Well, the stock market. Oh, that's right. The big tariffs are supposed to go into effect again Tuesday. Because they were paused for a month on Mexico and Canada. So Tuesday is supposed to be hitting the 25% again. So Indigo says it hurt in Colorado too. Oh my God. The guy just showed me like a 50%. Kind of like they might do a 50% decrease to try to stop this shit. Because I'm not feeling like boom, cutting off everything. It feels like a slowdown to try to Jeff thinks the same. The slowdown to try to stop, not a full blown. But yeah, I mean, stock market goes as chaos goes. Slightly. Sun. So yeah, I think they're gonna strong arm. So I got the Sun, 7 of Cups, or no, 8 of Cups, and then the King of Coins. So the money maker, we're gonna show you how it's done. We're gonna walk away a little. We're gonna show you that you can't strong arm us. We're gonna bring balance to the system. If you can't be reasonable, we're gonna be bringing judgment, justice upon you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Oh, bless you, Jennifer. I think so, Eva. If we're on a course of a recession. Jesus, all that clown had to do was golf for 4 years and do nothing, and we would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, the money man behind Project 2025 wanted to burn it all down.
No, the Russians wanted to burn it down, and they've paid these people well to get this done.
Doug Ford, is he conservative in Canada? Heard that name.
They're two brothers. One is real conservative and one's okay. I don't know which one's which one.
MAGA Mike Johnson receives backlash in his state for him basically thanking God. Yeah, that was crazy. The past resolution and the mega prayers came flowing in afterwards. They surrounded themselves and thank you, Jesus, for passing a resolution. Will receive backlash. Those who hear it, of course. Not everyone's in the news as we see the people that voted for 45 and 24. Oh, Jeff got a judgment too. My justice card that I use is judgment and justice. So yeah. Suzanne said Ford's conservative.
Yeah, well,
any kind of energy, it doesn't feel like a full blown.
not only is he conservative, but the other brother's dead, so it doesn't matter what the other brother is.
Oh, okay. Harley Girl said they're both idiots. All right then. Just reelected. Okay. Really? Elon's actually going to go on the Daily Show?
Yeah, he has an offer from Stephen Colbert. It has to be live with no editing.
I don't know.
That man's taken way too much ketamine if he thinks he's going to go on with Stephen Colbert or Jon Stewart.
Yeah, that's to me. It feels like that's the biggest chance is 45 going on MSNBC. I don't know if it's going to happen. Doesn't feel like.
Well, maybe if Mika looks at him cute enough, he'll go on.
That could happen.
Yeah, that's a twosome. I quit watching them when he got elected the first time.
Yeah. Teresa's wondering about power outages.
Okay.
Power outages in March. Will there be power outages in the U.S. in March? I don't know why, but I'm seeing a dot in Nebraska. I don't know why.
It's the only place.
Like a power outage in Nebraska. A little dot. I don't know why that means. Power outages.
Oh my God. I got a yes. It's going to happen really fast suddenly. 8 of Wands. And it's not going to move away quickly. The Chariot's reversed. It's going to really make people focus more on what's really important. And some leader's going to pop up who's the King of Swords, who's going to be helpful in this. And it's going to make people realize that they need to work more together.
Let's see. I got 7 of Cups, Hermit, and 8 of Wands news. Energy. I don't think people or energy systems are looking at it hard enough of any possibilities that way. Then I have the Chariot, Knight of Wands, and 6 of Swords. That's a saying I know. And then my end cards though are there might be quick ones or some kind of failure of some sorts. Because I have 5 of coins, the magician, and the tower.
Oh, yeah.
So like there's some money failures kind of thing, but there's an oh crap moment and it's quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I got fast.
So it's something not, like it's
It's
not
not.
it's not
It's not.
foreseen, it's not like, okay, we got problems, we can fix it. It's kind of like
Mhm.
boom, something happens. So there may. It sure looks like it.
Well,
I mean,
I
but I
I
don't see it being like global or big. It's like,
I do see it being global and big, and the reason is there's a theory that I watch the sun's weather reports. Anybody else watch the sun's weather reports? I watch them,
go for it. Tell me.
and we've had some really near misses with solar flares recently, and then there's also a part of the judgment of how the world works that says that there's going to be a flare that not only comes from the sun, but a flare that comes from outer space. And they're going to boom over us. And that's what they call the 3 days of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, does this have anything to do with the weird theory of the double flares, that one from outer space and one from our sun? And it goes, yes, the King of Cups. It's going to really make everybody scramble. Scott will have a Sunday off because we won't have any internet. It's coming from a place we don't expect. It's coming from the high priestess. It's going to make everybody want to go back to however your life was before, but it's going to bring out a new strength as we get things rewired. I think it's going to come from, and I'm not much of a universal biblical theorist or any of those kind of legends and stuff, but this one, when I heard it, I just kind of sat up and I went, what? Because I've been listening to them talk about more and more background energy coming from outer space. That could stop everything for a while.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I seen Mr. Johnson talking about trying to get through a clean CR until September because they can't pass a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But that means that the money that Trump wants the new budget to get rid of so he can do all his draconian cuts is still in the money. It's still in the pool. It's still in the federal flow.
the cuts?
The place that I want to cut
Right.
funding for this and funding for that. And if the money's still there, he wanted it just to not be there.
Well, a CR is a status quo, right?
Right. So we're doing what we're doing right now, which is why he can't cut certain things because they're in the budget. So,
well, a CR would be better than him doing chaos.
a CR is better than going broke. A CR is better than getting hit by rays from the sun and rays from outer space. In case if you wonder if aliens are invading my house, they're just getting ice from the ice maker. I'm sorry.
You bid in the prior year. Yeah, that's what I thought, Carol. Thank you.
What?
Carol said it's continuing the you bid you did in the prior year.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
That's probably what they're gonna do. Because they can't steal what they want to steal, and everybody's looking at them, and they're in a confusingly illusionary space. No shit. So the way out is the clean CR. Go with the money you got and how it's set up. Live with the government that you've got, and then try to work something out in the future. And that does not work well for the Republicans because there's just going to be fewer and fewer of them.
Yeah, they can't govern. Money balances of 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and 7 of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
This means they can't govern. It's illusion. They're bringing anything of balance with the nine of coins to me is that bringing a balance of government and everything. So illusion. They can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any kind of other progress will come to an end with the death card here. Knight of Cups, Queen of Coins. Anything good, anything right with the money and functioning of government will come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
The death they try to do. End result, I get the Emperor, Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, and Page of Cups. Yeah, it's going to be chaotic with the Ten of Swords. Emperor Donnie, this is what he wants, but he ain't going to get it. And
it's going to make him even flip out worse.
Yeah, the Page of Cups is the offer here to do a CR. It still feels late. There's more chaos there. Because they have to get it done by the 14th or whatever.
They're never going to get it.
It still feels late.
Well, not having one is also very, very, very bad.
Oh yeah, we were talking behind the scenes.
Can we ask if the house is going to flip before the end of this year? Because I have seen some things that I don't like to see because I don't like to predict death and dismemberment. But
okay, star that. I guess I'll just get rid of it.
Do you want me to type it in like a question?
Oh. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Okay. What was your question again? If you want to type
Will the House change leadership? Will the House change to the Dems by the end of 2025?
Okay. Because we got the. Oh yeah, we were talking about Lisa Stefanik. They're holding her in the House from any hearing to lose that seat until they can get something done.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying they ain't even vote on her confirmation until April. So she's in limbo. So that one go till November as far as elections.
So that means that gives us a 2 in Florida.
That'll work. Okay. Anyway,
we're going to ask if this
House leadership.
Yeah, the House, the power in the House will change by 2025.
House leadership this year, 2025. House leadership. Will be a House leadership change this year. Will be Ooh.
What'd you get?
Well, the first card to come out was the Devil.
Oh, I've got the Devil in the middle, but he's reversed.
Well, the Devil's the center of my reading, so.
Oh, that's how you read. It's different than me.
Yeah. Dropping the spread, and that's the center. That's what to think about. Devil in the details, devil in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Johnson's the devil.
I got in the near history that's coming up to us. Yes, things are going to move forward because the 3 of Wands, people are going to get together, and then there's an Ace of Wands that comes in, a sudden insight, knowledge, but at the center is the Devil. And once the Devil starts getting its little hands and things, it becomes more of a balancing act. 2 Pentacles. And it's going to be close. This is it could happen, but that's the Six of Pentacles. That's giving and receiving in equal amounts. So a lot of it's going to have a lot of the effect of it's going to be what we're doing on the streets, what we're actually doing. I did 3 more cards on the reciprocity, and it's how they respond.
Okay. Four of Swords, the Devil, and the World in the current. Yeah. So Four of Swords, taking a break can be a health issue. The Devil is the greed, but this Devil shows someone in a jail cell.
Yeah.
And then the World is change, moving. Then I get Six of Swords, the Sun, and Three of Pentacles. That's a move.
Move away from what you got.
That's a good positive movement. Three of Coins can be creating new government abilities. In the end, I have a king coming in. Guess who this king looks like?
Oh, Hakeem.
That looks more like Hakeem than it does Mikey Johnson.
Yeah, it sure does.
Two of Coins. It could be like even split or changing up government.
You know who the 2 of Coins look like? He looked like the sort of slick Republicans who could be a Democrat tomorrow if that suited.
Yeah, that could be.
And the boils, the women.
This is a tower. Drastic change.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Three of Wands. I think it happens. It happens. There is a new.
And I keep seeing it always happens fast. I mean, it's going to be so fast. We're going to go like we thought that other stuff was fast. Look at this.
Sure looks like it happens. Yeah, I got a banner. I want to. Last week we were getting a hint that maybe Musk is going to be moving on.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be forced out or something. Already signs in the appeals and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
In that Musk is in that legal role.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to push it off on this Gleason woman that doesn't seem to have a clue. Which cards want this? Okay. This felon Musk gonna have to be out of the White House type role. Well, Elon must be forced to leave or have to leave, walk away.
Yes.
Good.
Because the work of that Page of Swords, the truth teller that keeps running around, that keeps shape-shifting, because of stuff they come up with, it puts him in an untenable position of being the hangman. And eventually, there it is again. The King of Swords shows up, provider of logical and ways to judgment. And then, yeah, he's put out to pasture. That's the Four of Swords. He has withdrawn. And look at how we feel. All our wishes have come true.
Excellent. Yeah, I get some Three of Swords deceptions and the truth coming upon him as the energy to think about with Ace of Swords. So Five of Coins can be a loss, a delay. It could be a walking away situation too, but the more the truth comes out, the more improvements happen. My guides kind of think it's an April thing that he could be going away. Arguments, battles within with the Five of Wands.
Oh my God.
Two of Swords with a choice. Which way do we move? And then we got the Chariot.
Out of here.
Sure looks like an out of here to me with that Chariot.
I asked if it's the Republicans that throw him out. Yes, moving forward, because I know it's the only way forward. There's the Page of Swords. Whoever this Page of Swords is, they're inside the Republican Party.
Nice. Got a spy.
And they push him into the hangman, and they're going to hang him out to dry. Once again, we got that someone's working with him that's providing higher judgment, and then someone else rolls in and says, well, we'll protect you. We'll help you get through this. They may sacrifice Musk so they can have their town halls back. We didn't do it. He did it. It ain't going to work, but.
Well, they can see the town halls. They're going to go for a huge loss here if this continues.
It's going to continue because from what I understand of people that are part of groups that are raising the ire and keeping people active, they've never seen a response like this, at least not on our side. Just don't anybody do anything that could threaten or hurt your own health. Do what you can that's legal.
That's so many starred questions.
I know.
Where do we go? Okay, did that. NATO, I guess. Okay. You see us leaving NATO, the UN, and President Elon wants us to. Stock up. Yeah, I seen on a Reddit, people are trying to organize a town hall to invite Ron Johnson, Wisconsin senator, and see if he shows up for a no and just have.
Well, what was the state? It was in Colorado where the guy would never show up. So they finally just built like a mannequin of him, and they'd have a town hall, and they put it up there, and they said, well, he's not here, but we're going to answer your questions. So.
Right. I did see that. There was a Democrat that was in the audience and he didn't show up. So he goes, okay, I'll go up here and answer your questions.
No, I just got a no, and it's a pretty straightforward no. People don't want to get out of the UN because they understand what it does, and they don't want to get out of NATO because they understand it protects us. And everything he's saying is being read as a lie, that he's not holding to the truth, and people don't want the struggles he wants to bring on them. So no, it's not going to happen. He doesn't have a way to do it, especially if they go to a CR, because the only way they could get out of some of these is to go, if they wrote a new budget that wrote all the money out.
I just took 6 random cards. I get a no also.
Okay.
Lovers. Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, cards. You're not being nice to me. Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And Page of Swords. The other 3, Judgment, Queen of Coins, and Empress. None of these show anything about leaving. It's protection. It's security. So it's a lot of talk, but an actual leaving, no. They could definitely vote on different things. I mean, if you're in, you get intelligence and stuff too. So I don't see a leaving. Everyone send Linda some healing.
Oh, okay.
Pneumonia. Ugh.
A lot of that going around, Linda. I'm sorry. It's allergy season time here, so.
Unfortunately, it seems to be measles season too. And other things. Okay. Netanyahu stopped goods. Oh man. So he stopped.
Oh, he's gumming up the whole end of the war thing.
So he stopped aid going through again. You're taken out soon. Okay, that's definitely a full. Okay. Netanyahu stopped some suppliers in Gaza. Netanyahu, Gaza. Oh my God. That's hard to get a sense on. Everything's so complicated there. With his
I wanted
intention.
to see if he's going to be out soon and like put a time limit on it, 3 months. What?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yop, and it's measles. Just don't go near small children, and I tell you, don't come to Texas.
Netanyahu.
Yes.
Equality. Yes. Wow.
Yep. I think he's going to lose it. He's going to be thrown out by what agency does he deal with that has any women involved with it? But this woman run agency that's supporter of truth and people who are persevering to get rid of him. And he's got the 9 of Swords reversed. In other words, the people that he's kept under all this pressure and everything, they're going to be what's going to get rid of him. And then he just leaves because the burden's too heavy for his country to carry. And it's new creative energy coming out of Israel's ruling people that makes the difference. So, yeah, they're going to push him out. I think he's pushed it too far.
In the past, I got the 9 of Swords, 4 of Wands, and 4 of Swords. And when I seen these three, and the words I got in my head were cruelty is the point.
That's right.
So slow walk everything
and
cause suffering. In the current 7 of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Page of Swords. That feels more like to pause the aid to cause more military action. So I haven't heard, but I wonder if he's doing more military action.
No, he's not doing anything. Everything's just sitting. They're like the military's not hopping in and saying, well, we'll get to here.
Okay. Moving forward, Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and 6 of Pentacles. That's a deal coming. And you said you got a woman?
I got a woman, and I can't figure that one out because I'm trying to think of the players over there.
Yeah, I can't think of a woman either, but I get some kind of intervention there and working on a deal moving forward.
And I have its own government that's going to push him out.
And then I got another woman, a Queen of Wands, in the outcome. Queen of Wands, 3 of Pentacles working on a deal, Hangman, a transition, a surrender, and then 3 of Swords. A conflict, but there's a surrender. It could be painful. But I get female energy of some sorts because some kind of deal. But these cards didn't tell me if he's going to go away. It's
I asked if it was him. His ability to run things is going to go away. So
yeah. I looked at the question, but it comes out more about the dealings and the war.
Well, who cares if it ends?
But yeah, I get a lot of female energy. On the bottom, I got the Empress, abundance, productivity. It's strange. Ugh. Pam Bondi's a waste of space. She's a Bill Barr with a wig. Can't believe these criminals.
Mm-mm.
These people, no respect for law and order, no respect for government.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Martin, whatever, DC AG, whatever, he's fruitcake. Isn't BB locked up at the Hague? No.
Yeah, BB can't. Yeah, BB can't leave the country, so he's not taking a long vacation anywhere.
Yeah, him and Clinton got a arrest warrant for him for war crimes. Isn't that true?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Pam Bondi. What's up with Pam Bondi? What do we need to know about Pam Bondi? What do we need to know about Pam Bondi?
I'm going to look at what her future looks like because that helps me know.
Tell us what we need to know about Pam Bondi. What do we need to know about Pam
Bondi? Okay, Pam Bondi is a crappy negotiator. She's a total not self-starter. She may push for certain things, but nothing hangs on. She thinks she's the Knight of Pentacles. She thinks she's looking for nothing but the money and nothing but the glitz and glory. And what she's really trying to avoid is getting trapped by the Eight of Swords. She's a very insecure person. She would be one of the people out there throwing Trump under the bus if that's what was offered to her.
Ugh. Bondi was groomed by Rick Scott. Jesus. She's a cunning liar. Happy to be in the government home here.
Mm-hmm.
The Ace of or the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles is the opportunity. Deceit is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
In the current Knight of Wands, Empress, and Nine of Wands. Crazy. It feels like more abundance within Trumpism, whatever. Taking that energy.
She's going for wherever the money is.
Yeah, reaping whatever word she can and defend that MAGA territory with the Nine of Wands. Moving forward, a lot of secret dealings. Protection of the Emperor. The Moon and High Priestess and Emperor. That's a lot of secrets. So you got protecting the Emperor. Moon is failure, but secrets. And then the High Priestess is also some secret dealings. Life's mysteries. A lot of secrets for the Emperor. In the outcome, a lot of bickering behind the scenes with the Five of Wands, the Star, the Three of Cups, and Temperance. That's showing a change. The only bad card in her outcome, it's telling it. I asked, what do we need to know about her?
Mm-hmm.
So there's petty conflicts and whatnot within, but there's a positive changes coming. And then it may not be her, though. It may not be her positive changes. It may be positive changes coming in the future. So that doesn't feel like her. It feels more like the office of the AG. So just have patience with the temperance there, because there are stars and wishes fulfilled coming. Strange. But yeah, her current role.
Well, I did my Who Is She reading, which goes into what was her last past life. And her last past life, she died in a prison. So she got on the other side of the law so she could protect herself from ever going through that again. And in this life, she'll go through any kind of pain to not go through what she went through before.
Well, doing illegal stuff is not a way to stay out of prison.
No. Well, it depends if you're doing it under the color of your role, under the color of your uniform.
Right. But you can be an AG and do illegal stuff too.
Yeah. Ask Bill Barr.
Well, he's not going to prison.
Nope, he's not.
Crazy. All these criminals, so much time. How do American people feel about what happened in the White House?
We're having someone really push for the Amazon boycott, March 7th to the 14th. Put it in your cell phones. So.
Yeah. No Amazon shopping next week. Okay. How do the American people feel? What's the overall feeling of what happened in the White House the other day? I think it was Liz or someone said earlier about her Republican mother was upset about seeing what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Overall, those who've seen it.
Oh, Indigo Child, I promise I won't order your gift from Amazon because that's our birthday.
In Florida, was returned to the White House in Trump. What was the overall feeling of what happened? Not what I think, what the spirit say to the people. Feels like a stabbing in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I had the Seven of the Swords in the middle of it. Like they did everything they said they wouldn't do.
8 of coins. Supposed to be continuing work, fix relationships, but then yeah, of what it's supposed to be, there's that Seven of Swords in the middle. So yeah, it's pretty disgusting, deceitful. That Seven of Swords looks pretty creepy.
Yeah.
And then my other 3 I grabbed. 9 of coins, Empress, and 7 of wands. What's supposed to be, yeah, I got 2 decent cards and then a bad one in the middle of my 3 tosses.
Mm-hmm.
This 7 of wands looks pretty gruesome.
Yeah. Ugh.
People don't like it. People don't like it.
Well,
what's the other 3? Some people are holding judgment yet. Because the other 3, I got Ace of Swords, 4 of Cups, and 7 of Coins. What I heard from that is some people are holding judgment yet. With that 4 of Cups, it's kind of like, oh, we'll dream about it. Maybe it's a good thing. You know, these are the MAGA people.
what I got? Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. They feel the Eight of Pentacles. I felt like, well, they're supposed to be working on this stuff. Why aren't they working on it? And then the three middle cards tell how they really feel. They're depressed. They feel like they're being stabbed in the back. And they feel like all of the work they've done to make the country grow is getting thrown down the toilet. But these are the two problem cards. We've worked and made things grow. We work really hard. And then their out card is the Knight of Cups. Y'all, there is no magic prince that's going to run in and save us. We have to save us. We have to be there on the line. We have to show up to the protests. You have to take time, download the app, 5 calls, find out how to reach out and call your congressman because it's being tracked there. So they'll know they've been called. Yeah, you're going to get an answering machine. Get the damned answering machine. But do your pit because all those numbers build up and they break through. They become like a flood that can break through.
Do people not realize he's fit for office? Oh, yeah. I seen a clip with him. He went straight to the golf course, of course, after that mess. His gimpy leg is looking really bad.
Yeah, he had that bruise on his right hand, and the reporter who mentioned it got thrown out.
So he tried to get out of his golf cart, and he could barely move that right leg.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that right leg drag. Looks worse. Okay.
Yeah, people realize he's not fit for office. It's a yes. But you lose them with lower egg prices. You know, I mean, that's the game he plays. Till there aren't lower egg prices. You can email them as well and write to them by the snail mail.
A lot of office probably aren't even having the answer machine work.
The Congress keeps track of how many letters come in, though. Or they used to. I say that with great confidence.
Garden Genie. Has he had a stroke? I think so. He's had a lot of mini strokes. 10 of Swords, Strength, and 4 Swords. Holding Judgment, yeah, but yeah, they can see his strength is not there. Many people have. That 10 of Swords is being stabbed. It's a bad one. And then I get the Star, 10 of Wands, and Page of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
Many are saying he's not the messenger they thought he was. He's not that Mega King as much as he used to be. So, yeah, I mean, more are seeing it. Yeah, I mean, every time we throw on him, it seems like his health is going to get worse and worse and worse. His health is going to take him out. Jeff got the 8 of Cups. They refuse. Refuse to be wrong. Will they impeach? Use the 25th. Highly doubtful.
Either one.
They had a chance to get rid of him last time with impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
25th, there's too many yes men. I doubt it. Don't see that at all.
There's not a complete spine among the whole bunch of them, so no.
They've had a month. They could have done anything. So far, the only one standing up is Lisa Murkowski.
Yeah, she did last night.
Weekend at Bernie's. And we got time for one more. Alrighty. Let's see if there was anything decent. See that. Hmm. Why do bad things always happen to good people like Zelensky? It seems to be the universal things. Bad things always happen to good people. But it's just here. You know, he became the leader when he was supposed to be for you. Everyone else is standing up. Just we got.
Yeah, Carrie, that was a horrible thing to see, but it's the only way Americans could see what they were really doing. And it's the only way the rest of the world would finally accept, yeah, that's what's really happening. And yeah, it is disturbing to have JD Vance be second in line. Whoa. If he can be driven away from a ski resort by a bunch of angry people.
Okay. Let's see if there's a really good one in the start here to finish with. You asked, will blue states withhold federal income? It doesn't feel like it gets to it, but they will use that as a bargaining chip kind of feeling.
Yeah, carrot and stick things.
What was this? You heard something about this?
Yeah, they did land their lunar lander today. There was a thing on. I saw it in my news briefs.
They actually went to the moon, or they did a Earth trial?
Let me go look. That's the answer. He landed on the moon.
Really, an aeronautics company landed a rover on the moon.
Now I got to figure out how to stop it.
Oh, crazy! Usually I would see something like that in my feed.
Incoming. There it goes. Okay. Yes, he landed. Then they had a big show. If you go on, it's on YouTube. They're shorts. It's a guy.
Wow. Excellent.
And he landed in the same place, very close to where the astronauts had landed when we landed. So,
Neato. How's Marco Rubio feeling?
I don't think there's a barf bag big enough for that man to barf out his guts at this point.
Yeah, pretty much right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sense he's a total traitor. He's doing things the administration wants. It does feel like it's eating at his soul what he's doing a little bit.
That picture on the couch showed me he still had one.
True. I'm just trying to sense, because I seen that couch thing. I'm trying to get rid of that image. I'm trying to see what they're telling me.
I don't see him resigning tomorrow. I still think he's one of those people who thinks I can stay in here and I can make a difference, not realizing.
Related question. What? That's a related question. There are separatist movements in Germany too, like Bavaria.
No, I don't see Germany splitting up anytime soon. They're too scared because of where we are.
Yeah, we'd wish, but that never happened before. The president's doctor is supposed to, give us updates, but that's all within house,
Mm-hmm.
They gave us updates for President Biden, but everything's secret with 45. I don't know how he gets away with it, but
the problem is you can take the red hats off the MAGA's heads, but you can't put brains in their head. And so you can take it away and they can say, well, I'm disavowing it, but it still means they don't know any history. They don't know any biology. They don't know anything about how the government's really structured. So the only way you can deal with them is if you get the hat off their head, then try to open up their mind to there might be another way to look at things.
Pretty much. It's all lies and propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with press secretary. It's all lies. Oop. Okay. Grab your inspiration deck.
Okay.
We're at 130. We're going to do 2 and 2 again.
Okay.
Okay. Got that. What do I want? Okay, these two cards, King of Wands and the Page of no, that's not Wands. It's 2 cards about passion.
Okay.
It's 2 cards about following your passion.
Mm-hmm.
King of Raphael, King of Gabriel, and they're both talking about following your passions, your excitement. Trusting in your intuition, trusting in your senses. Yeah, those 2 are just talking about following your passions. And then I grabbed 2 from my ET deck.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, your ancestors are always here to help you have completion, success, and following your destiny. Your ancestors are always with you.
Okay. You
Yep.
done?
Yep.
We got Salamander from the Wild Elemental deck. And the Salamander is transformation, soul memories, change, comfort, and darkness in the ability to cloak ourselves from further adversity. Change is what the Salamander brings to your situation, but he is asking you to be a proactive participant in this change. Use your time wisely. Reach back into your memory to your older times. Pull forth lessons that were presented then. What did you learn from them? Or are you repeating the same lessons over and over? If so, make a conscious change to move yourself forward and put that old lesson to bed and use the part that brings you activity and how you can help all around you, not just yourself. So we're supposed to become salamanders. Salamanders are like dragons in the elementals, and their legend is that they can survive through fire. So we're all in fire, guys. Good time to figure out your salamander and use this time, although things are adversity, use it to make positive transformations for yourself. And don't wait for somebody else to swoop in. Yeah, new alliances are being formed, and we need to find a way to connect ourselves to positive people and positive things.
Yeah, I really think there's going to be a shakeup this month.
Yeah, I do too. And I had somebody in one of the shows I was doing. I'm going to be on the air tomorrow at 10 in the morning with Terry from Holding Your Space. And I'm doing a show on Tuesday with Jeffafa from Ripe Color. And he's developed a downloadable handbook that you can work on your shadow self. So if you want to look at some questions on what's going on inside you, which is a really good thing to do so you don't think about what somebody else is coming to do to you. You can look at what your own energy is doing. We're going to discuss how that works and what to do with it. I really cannot tell you enough keep going forward, not going back. Love to us all. Thank you, Nanette. We need to quit waiting. I cannot tell you how much I believe this. There's not a Mueller. There's not a Jack Smith. There's not a Senate committee. There's none of those folks that are going to roll in and direct us forward. What we need to do is do the stance that we can take and show that the power is out here with the people. Those things will come, but don't rely on them. I'm so proud of people for not asking us who is going to be the next big daddy Santa Claus from the wonderful world of whatever to come save us. You know what?
It's us right now.
It's us.
So multiple times in this stream, and it's currently there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing 444.
Mm-hmm.
And that's according to Google AI overview, 444 signifies the message of strong support, stability, and guidance from your angels. It means
Right.
you're on the right path and have a solid foundation to build upon. In your angels, you assist in achieving your goals. Reassurance, practicality, and importance to manifest your desires.
Cat Lady, I'm sorry. It's 1 p.m. Central Standard Time Tuesday. And I agree with everything you just said. And the Easter Bunny is coming soon. See, there he is. He's standing there waiting to get his eggs.
Okay.
Well, everybody have a good time. And I hope if you're where it's cold, it starts to get warmer. It's going to be 78 degrees here today. So
Yeah.
I know that's hot, but it's not hot yet.
It's 29 here.
Yeah, I know. I get the weather report from Sean. Mom, it was below zero. He said, I didn't know thermometers really went to below zero. Although he did live one time in Dallas. There was 2 days when it was below zero when he was about 11. So it does.
Yes, it does.
It's up to us to do our part.
Okay.
No shopping at Amazon. I've kind of tried to cut everything. I try to find every other source in Amazon at this point. But.
All right. Everyone have a blessed day. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay, bye.
Bye.